Good morning, it's Matt for Sound on Sound at Superbooth in Berlin 2019. And here we are on the Pioneer DJ booth. But actually what we're looking at is not a Pioneer product. And I'm here to talk to Rob about the Squid. Rob, take it away. First of all, why is it called the Squid?
So it's the Toraiz Squid. This is Pioneer DJ's brand, but this is our production brand now. So anything going forward with the Toraiz branding, that falls into our production range. The Squid, it's quite a unique product, so we felt it deserved a unique name, a bit of a statement name. The first product we've released that has this kind of pet name style naming structure, and we just felt the advanced connectivity options of this product allow it kind of looks like a squid, the tentacles when it's fully spec'd up with all the connectivity options.
Yeah, this certainly isn't a device that's just got a stereo in and out on the back, has it? We've got a lot of connectivity in and out. If you could just take us through what we've got here.
So if I split it up into sections, you've got, essentially it's a 16-track hardware sequencer designed to connect to a multitude of hardware and software devices via USB and various other connections. It's designed as an ideas machine, so 8 voice polyphony per track and a whole host of creative and very unique Squid USP features on the left-hand side, designed to let producers draw inspiration and write melodies, sequences, riffs, parts, gnarly kind of sounds that you wouldn't otherwise be able to achieve in any other sequencing device.
Yeah, so just to be clear, there's no sounds on board this device at all. It's purely a MIDI controller and processor, as we'll see. Some very flexible options available in terms of pattern playback and direction and so on. Tell us a bit more about that.
So top section is our global section. All your transport controls are controlled from the top left-hand side. Main encoder allows you to browse the two display screens over here. And we've also got Time Warp, which is like a step back in time feature. If you're jamming in scale mode, you can hit Time Warp, jump back in time if you didn't have record on, and create loops by a bar parameter that you set, and you can jump back in time 16 bars, so really powerful for a piece of hardware. Then if we step down below the global section, everything to the right-hand side, this is the bread and butter sequencer functionality. So you've got 16 pads, 16 velocity sensitive pads, which are used in a number of ways using your track modes down here. So track mute, you can see everything's turned off currently. If we hit run on Ableton, the Squid is picking up clock from Ableton currently just in this setup, and everything's turned off. But if you start unmuting parts, you're going to actually hear the track underneath.
Sure.
Pretty basic, but I'll move forward onto maybe playing some sound at the end. But everything on the right is the bread and butter stuff. If we jump to go past scale mode, past transpose mode, when you get to trigger mode, this is where you see the step sequencing familiarity. So if we go to, say, track 1, you can see this is our kick drum being sequenced in its most basic form on steps 1, 5, 9, and 13.
13, yeah.
But when you start jumping to more complex like lead parts, you can see we've got various active steps in here, creating a polyrhythm. You've got independent parameter locks for each step over here, which work globally as well. So your pitch, gate, velocity, count, divide, etc., making you instant access to kind of polyrhythmic patterns down here using the count and divide. We've got a harmonizer at the bottom of this section as well, which gives you, like I said, it's 8 voice polyphony. So you've got instant chord presets here.
Right.
So whilst you're in scale mode, playing notes on, let's say, the peak, you can instantly jump to chords by using these the harmonizer
preset buttons
here as well. But everything on the left-hand side, this section here, that's the real USP Squid exclusive features. So kind of bananas functionality we've put on here, just allowing producers that want to get really creative and out there results the potential to do so. You can rein this in and create more structured music, of course, but using like speed modulation. This is the ability, if we're in trigger mode in a simple track, when you use speed modulation, the speed of which that the playhead scans through the bar of music or the 4 bars of music will be manipulated and modulated depending on the depth part. So you can see the the speed of the playhead is slowing down towards the end of the sequence.
I can see the lights lighting up there to
And if you
indicate that.
invert it, it speeds up towards the end of the sequence. Just on the settings we got it set,
sure.
depending on the shape and the mod length. So allowing producers the ability to throw a sequence out of time and create really unique grooves in certain elements of the sequence. We've also got Groove Bend, industry first Groove Bend feature.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, it's a sprung loaded like crossfader, which we've implemented on here. And it's giving you the ability to push forward or pull back the playhead at a moment in time. So if you pull back the playhead, you can reduce the speed of the triggers, and then when you release it, it springs forward.
Yeah.
So,
but the overall rhythm is maintained, isn't it? So you're basically causing the pattern to drag or to speed up, depending on which way you push the fader.
Yeah, that's the one.
But it stays in time by the time you reach the end of the bar.
The sequence still takes the same amount of time to complete. Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So it's just a momentary in time
dragging on the
change.
Or speed up, yeah.
Which can be recorded in. If you hit record,
cool.
This will be automated, and then a red light will indicate that automation.
Sure.
The stuff that really excites me, apart from these two features, we've got 64 running directions, which is kind of mind-blowing. You've got 6 standard running directions. Because we've got a square grid, we can run forwards, we can run downwards, we can run in a zigzag motion, or we can run in clockwise, anti-clockwise, and this kind of mad step back feature, which will go 1, 3, 2, 4, just creating instantly you've got 6 different riffs from something that's been created. Let's get some sound running. Get some sound running. Is the volume all right while I talk over it?
Yeah.
If I keep the lead sound, which is on, let's get some more drums. And this is why I really like the connectivity options, because that's controlling my modular kit. We've got 2 tracks of CV, but I've also got a MIDI to CV converter, so I can turn off and on parts very easily and drive them from the Squid. It's the driving force. Let me turn on the lead and the bass, keep the bass running.
There you go.
Bass is on CV track 1, going to the Thrashmaster. And the lead sound you're hearing now, which is, if we solo, this is the part I'm going to manipulate using the running directions. So let's go to track 12, unsolo everything. And this is my lead segment. So instantly, if I press down,
sequence has now changed directions, now going through the square in a downwards direction.
And it's a completely different riff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have 64 patterns per track, so that lead sound I can have 64 variants of that, each of which can have their own running direction. Everything in here is per track, or per pattern. So changing patterns can completely change how a sequence sounds. And because we've got these 6 default sounds, you can run them, 6 default running directions, you can run them in reverse also.
The reverse button there.
Say again?
Reverse button there, yep.
Yeah, switch back as well, which means the sequence will complete once, then run backwards, like ping pong. And then you can also do both of these in conjunction.
Both buttons on at once, yep.
You've got flip mode as well. So instead of running just normally forward, if I hit where this is the downbeat and it completes to 16, if you hit shift and forward, it becomes flip. This is the downbeat and it progresses that way.
To 13, right.
So using all of them functions, these buttons here, you've got 64 running directions, which is definitely the most I've seen on any sequencer I've ever used.
Very, very flexible. So once you've got some rhythmic data in here, then there's so many different ways to play it back and create new material from that basic data.
Variants on variants on variants. You just jump to pattern mode, copy that pattern, paste it onto a fresh pattern, and then vary that some more.
Yeah.
Probably what I find the most. Well, in fact, this is all really, really useful. I'm
very, very flexible.
On a constant basis at the moment in the studio. If I keep this Ableton running, I'm going to use this rhythmic control. Let's come into keep the pattern how it was default running, just forward. Rhythmic control lets you instigate a loop segment of this sequence. So it's kind of like split mode on a Pioneer DJ, CDJ. Right. If I press quarter beat, it will loop the first 4 steps, or whichever steps you currently
it's reached,
running.
yeah, okay.
So instantly you've got this repetitive loop running, and you can record these in. So if I do a fast value of 116,
that's cool.
And you can record these in. Hit record. If it doesn't sound great, like that didn't, you can hold copy and paste and remove
Erase.
that. So now them variants have been recorded in. Jump to pattern, save that as a new pattern, move on to the next, create some more variants.
Sure.
It's an extremely powerful sequencer. Speed modulation as well, lets you half the tempo of the sequence momentarily. I'll turn that synth up a bit so you can hear it. It's going to this. Or double the tempo.
Sure. And of course, highly appropriately for Superbooth, we're controlling an enormous rack of modular equipment here, as well as a Novation Peak, and also the baseline plug-in here running on the laptop. So a great example of how the Squid uses all sorts of connections. We've even got DIN sync on here, believe it or not.
For the legacy artists, we
Absolutely.
wanted this to be able to sit in anyone's studio and control everything that they've amassed over the years, the 909s, the 808s, all the old units that can only be synced with using that protocol.
Sure.
So it's a fully fledged center console for any producer's studio.
Terrific. I guess the two most important pieces of information we need to know are when's it available and how much will it cost?
It's available now.
Right.
So yeah, all solid retailers, pro audio stores, they'll have a Squid on demo. Hopefully they'll be able to give you a solid demo of the product. It's available at a really great price of €599 as well.
Euros,
So,
okay. Do you have a UK price?
say again?
Do you have a UK price?
Yeah, it will be around about £549.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific. Thank you very much, Rob.
My pleasure.